for the weekend ahead. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 61 days.
This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
The number 20 United States Committee Cyril foul.
Yeah, it's going to be a red card.
Final decision is red card.
Wow. Breaking news, Flo Balogun is back. I just landed in Seattle. The entire plane, the entire airport was talking about this, and FIFA and U.S. Soccer both confirming. FIFA confirming that they have used Article 27, which allows them to suspend the implementation of the suspension for up to a year. Balogun's on a probationary period. What I will say here is for this to come 24 hours before the game is unprecedented, never happened before. The suspension of implementation has happened before with Cristiano Ronaldo. This is amazing news for Flo Balogun and for U.S. men's national team. And quite frankly, it's the right outcome. It's the wrong process, of course. This should have happened straight away. There's never a red card in the game. If you played the game, you know this. These were two players coming together. The VAR used the wrong implementation to slow it down, looked at freeze frames. A card was not issued on the play initially by the referee. First time FIFA's ever had a VAR review for like that for a serious foul play, but nothing had happened previously. So the right outcome, Flo Balogun is available tomorrow night for the United States against Belgium, round of 16. Huge game. Let's go, baby.
Live from the Bud Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little.
With Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
This is the Morning Rush.
Man, that was some great news the United States soccer team received heading into this matchup against Belgium tonight. This was a possibility that we had mentioned last week. Didn't think it was a probability based on all the chatter and based on all the feedback. And yet, I'm so used to saying Arkansas. Yet, United States best striker and maybe best goal scorer is going to be up and running tonight against Belgium at 7 o'clock on Fox.
Well, it only matters if you win.
Mm-hmm.
So if you lose with your best player, then it takes all the excuses off.
Yep.
But hopefully, in the end, it's the difference between winning and losing this game tonight. So,
Appointment television,
absolutely.
25 million watched the game last week. I would guess that number is going to be closer to 30 tonight. I think it's pretty obvious as the U.S. continues to progress, and hopefully beyond tonight, there will continue to be more watching. A lot of upsets. Brazil goes down. You've had some just crazy outcomes thus far on the World Cup. Germany we've talked about, and hopefully the United States, as the field maybe quote-unquote weakens a little bit relative to some national powers, you make it to your the quarterfinals.
How was y'all's weekend? Did you have a good 4th of July, long weekend?
I did not shoot off one firework. I watched plenty of them. Colton, did you, Carter, take in his first fireworks?
He took in a couple. Our neighborhood apparently was a hot spot for recreational fireworks enthusiasts. So it did make it a little bit difficult to go to sleep on the night of the 4th, but you only have those days, once a year, and it's only America's 250th birthday once. So pretty cool it got to be his first 4th.
There's a story. Have you ever flown into Midway before?
No, but I've got to fly in this in about a month. I'll be there in a month from today, actually.
Evidently, there was a firework that hit a plane from Atlanta going into Midway in Chicago, so we'll talk about that. I was a little nervous. I got some food late night on Saturday, and there were some fireworks going off right near me, and I was closed up my window. I was scared that some debris or something else would happen because you see these videos of various different things, whether it's kids that should be shooting them off close, and there's no parental.
You mean your car? You closed your car window?
Yeah,
okay.
Car's window, car window, because it was a little closer comfort, and I was like, okay, they're shooting these off at midnight. I'm guessing there's alcohol involved, and I'm a little worried that one of the different bottle rockets or Roman candles or mortars could end up somehow, some way into my vehicle. So I shut that and was a little worried, but they don't have to worry about that. Just happy that doesn't sound like from the different people I talked to there were any incidents with their kiddos or anything like that this weekend.
The first time ever we had fireworks left over. Wow. The kids, I mean, they were so much between the 3 or 4 craft tribes that all came together for our. There were so many fireworks, they just got tired of shooting them. So I've got like a whole box. I don't know, New Year's Eve, which, whenever. But I've got Roman candles. I got bottle rockets. I've got all the big stuff got shot. The little stuff, I've got a box of the little stuff still to go.
See, in my 10 years ago, I would just throw that little box on a bonfire and watch the fun begin. But now that I'm older and mature, I would not advise doing something like that. You can shoot off fireworks at any point outside the city limits, or is it still limited to like New Year's, 4th of July?
Depends on your city, I guess. I don't think they're not allowed on 4th of July.
Depends on your neighbors.
Yeah. Fireworks aren't legal to shoot in your neighborhood 4th of July. They just don't do anything.
There was plenty. I was going to say there was plenty of people that didn't abide by that, whether it's a city ordinance or rule, law, whatever it's under, that did not abide that across Arkansas or any state for that matter.
So, all right, Morning Rush is brought to you on this 6th day of July. It feels like the first day of July, even though we've celebrated America's 250. We were talking about that in the staff meeting this morning. It feels like the first day of the month because it's like the actual first work day of the month, it feels like, but it's already the 6th day of the month. And when the work day's done, that's when the good stuff begins, whether it's fishing, off-roading, or just enjoying the great outdoors. Hopefully you did a lot of that this weekend. Farm Credit of Western Arkansas can help you make it happen. Visit myaglender.com or drop by any one of Farm Credit of Western Arkansas's 25 locations today and start making the most of your time off.
Ryan in Prairie Grove wants to know if the fighter jets flew over the lake above you on Saturday. He was at the Norfolk River and said it was awesome. Did you see
I was on the Norfolk River. If they did, I didn't see it.
Okay.
So I would have loved to have seen that, but I do know that they had a schedule. I saw Senator Jim Petty put out of where they're going to be doing the flyovers across the state, and if they did, I mean, it was kind of like the cable man coming. It's going to be between 11 and 2, So it wasn't really like, hey, be out on the Norfolk Dam at 11:35 as they're going to fly over. But that would have been really cool to see.
What is a fair time when you have an appointment? What is a fair number of hours that it should be in? Is it 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours?
I think with today's technology, 1 hour.
You think so?
Well, we've got text, we've got GPS, I've got the way to. I mean, we can track people. I mean, when your wife and kids can find you on Life 360 at any moment. I mean, surely why do we need a 4-hour window? Why do I need to take half of my day up for the cable man to come?
I can track
not that there is a cable man anymore.
Track the pizza man right to your front door.
Right.
Yeah.
If we can get the pizza to the front door, why do I need to block off 3 hours of my day for some repairman to come?
I have an appointment. It's 2, and two seems fine. One would be 1 hour, a time window and timetable. 1 hour would be great, but 2 didn't necessarily tick me off.
Well, let me ask you this: do you ever call your clients up? Do you ever call any of the radio say, "Hey, I'll be there between noon and 2"?
No. It's
expect to see me sometime this afternoon between 3 and 5.
The most it is.
Does that ever work? That never works for me.
No. It's like a 15 to 30-minute window at the
That's
biggest,
being generous.
At the largest. But usually it's, hey, I'll be here within a few minutes of this time. Jeff in Cameron, Oklahoma, listening this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, texting in. The show at Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma was awesome this weekend. That's the one with the big bridge, right? If I'm thinking about that.
Eufaula's a massive lake.
Yeah,
depends on.
I believe
that's it's the Arkansas River that's been dammed up, but yeah, it's a large body of water.
Gavin in Fayetteville says, can you even call it an appointment if there's a 4 to 5 hour window?
Yeah.
I don't think I've had a 4 to 5 hour window lately, but I do remember that at one point was a time that you had to get into.
Feels like old times. I mean, I haven't gotten used to Christian being in here. Now, Christian's in Mexico. He's on vacation. Colton's in here today. I'm all kinds of messed up.
Speaking of Christian, you guys see him in the pool or in the ocean with some dolphins? He was getting very, very close.
I did see he did the swim with the dolphins experience. Then I saw him in this swanky shirt. Looked like he's getting ready for dinner.
A lot of photos by himself while he's with his wife on vacation.
Yeah. More photos of his wife and less photos of Christian. That's what I'm voting for.
I know about my new contact picture.
Put that on the poll.
Him next to a dolphin.
Yeah.
The swimming with dolphins. I would like to see that picture. I guess I've seen some pictures of him. I have not seen that one.
You ever swam with the dolphins?
I'd like to. I still haven't been out of the country since 2017. It's almost been a decade.
They do it down there at Orlando at it's next to SeaWorld, Discovery Cove. They're swim with the dolphins part. We've never done it either.
I watched let's see, this was in San Antonio. I think the last Dolphin experience I had was watching them, and then also the what's the whale? Is it
Shamu?
Orca? Yeah, those at SeaWorld and the splash zone and everything.
So
else.
no dolphin experiences.
Mm-hmm. Not to.
He once dated a girl named Daphne, folks, but no dolphins for Ty.
Really? All right, let's give you a rundown of the show today. Marty Houston's going to join us at 10 a.m. this morning.
Marty Houston.
I'm excited to chat with him. There's a call that I want to get into coming up here in opening drive, and I want you to tell me who you think it sounds like.
All right.
Some crazy festivities in England's 3-2 victory over Mexico.
They were shooting
fireworks, and they had bands playing outside of the England hotel on Sunday night Saturday night. Prior to their victory, Darius Acup had his debut in Summer League. We can talk about that a little bit. Joey Chestnut once again wins the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Mentioned the Delta flight, which was a crazy thing. The air traffic control conversation that they had is pretty wild. Razorback takeover was on 4th of July. We'll discuss that a little bit. And then Spurs added Billy Donovan as the lead assistant coach, which is a huge pickup for them. Two-time national champion head coach, has had a track record in the NBA, so notable move for Billy Donovan in the NBA the past couple days.
All right, I know some of you are on vacation still this week or just getting started. Take along the Hit That Line Now app. It's powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. It's really handy to get to our website, to text the show on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, all those things easily, right in the phone, palm of your hand on your phone. It's the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
I somehow found a clip of the huddle from 2005.
That had to be towards the end.
That's a year.
No, I can just tell you. That's
11 years on air, simulcast on TV and radio.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Marty's going to join us at 10 a.m. I want you to listen to this call, and I want you to tell me who you think it sounds like.
It's time for the opening drive.
Jeff, it's hanging on the line. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, is it Marty?
Yeah, it is. Not much. It's Jeff?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go right ahead, buddy.
Hey, I just gotta say, I just want to make a comment, and that is, if you were an Arkansas quarterback and you had Mitch Mustang that is committed to Arkansas, how would you feel knowing that he's going to walk in and he will be the starting quarterback next year? Because if he's not, Houston Nutt's gone. I mean, he's the number one quarterback in the country. And Arkansas boosters definitely want him as quarterback.
I never did.
If that's not Brian and Ozark, it has to be his daddy.
That's what I thought. 2005. I'm listening because there's this old clip
Jim.
on YouTube, and I'm listening to that. It's like, there's no way. I listened to it 4 or 5 times this morning.
You needed
That
4 or 5 times to come up with
that. Has to be. Well, I wanted to solidify it and make sure it's accurate. Several texts, Cameron, Andy, and a few others this morning certifying it, Brian. So the next time Brian calls in,
he's a certified troll, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm curious. And that was, again, remember, he's told us before at one point in time he was an Arkansas fan, and then he transitioned his loyalties to Texas. Now he flips back and forth between Arkansas baseball, apparently. But I'm listening to that. I'm just like, that is either, like you said, Brian and Ozark's father, or it's Brian and Ozark, a.k.a. Jeff. I don't know where he was calling from.
Where are the FBI headquarters? Is it Quantico?
Quantico.
Yeah, we need to send the audios off to Quantico for lab analysis. Forensic analysis to figure out whether or not that is indeed Brian on both of those clips.
Obviously, like when you think about sports radio callers in this state, the ones that always come to mind, the late Eddie in Clarksville, Forest City Joe, Sterling in Center Ridge. Is there anyone else that?
Gary in Arkadelphia's got to be somewhere on that list.
Miss Lisa's kind of made her way up there, but I don't know if she's been calling it.
Did you mention the late Eddie in Clarksville?
Yeah,
okay.
But that was 20+ years ago. So evidently it's been Tiger Bay, good one, Andy. That's been a
well, you can go all the way back to Chuck's show, and Fuzzy would call in. I mean, there's a lot of those callers that created a brand for themselves.
The Snake in Little Rock, is that another one too?
Yeah, you can put the Snake on the list.
But,
he doesn't call as often.
Yeah, but when you listen to sports talk radio for however many years since its inception, I've been the same way. I've consumed it in a variety of different ways since basically I could understand what people were talking about. People stay with it. And evidently, you flip-flop sometimes fan base allegiances, and I guess that's what Brian and Ozark did.
Brian's just an imposter. His Texas fandom, he's an imposter, right? And because his name was Jeff in that call. So is his name Jeff or is it Brian?
I'm trying
or is it Jeffrey Bryan?
It's like you said, we got to get to the bottom of it.
Does he even live in Ozark?
Hand this over to the FBI.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
And go from there.
Up is down, down is up. So disappointed.
I've dabbled in having, alternate personalities before, and I can't even understand this with Brian.
Tell us more, Pat.
I'm never.
How was the weekend in Hiawassee?
It was wonderful. They had a great show out there. Tractor pull.
Jeff is that jackass from Ozark, from Bond and Harrison. Zach says, I look for him everywhere I go, and I've yet to find him. He's a fake. He's listening in Ozark this morning.
BE beat us to it here. Ask Pat and Hiawassee about alternate egos, or is it alternate personalities? How would we?
It was a personality.
A personality.
I didn't do it publicly.
A little of both. Oh, man.
All right, that's the opening drive. It's brought to you by the Fence Man. 782-3936 is the number. Call the Fence Man now, and Brandon will be on his way. Mention you heard it here on the Morning Rush, and they'll give you up to a $500 discount on your fencing project. 782-3936, the Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Has he called in? Oh, right. All right. Jeff, Brian, what are we calling you today?
Like a
First of all, was that you?
Yeah, it was.
So what is your name? Is it Jeff or is it Brian? Now we're all confused. Or is just everything, or is it neither?
It's both.
Brian Jeffrey or Jeffrey Brian? Okay.
Jeff is your middle name. Okay.
That is correct.
So your name is Brian Jeff?
Yep.
Might be the first time I've ever heard of that. Do you actually live in Ozark?
Yep. I've lived there for 6 years now.
And you're an actual Texas fan?
I'm not from Ozark. I'm 1,000% a Texas fan.
That call didn't make you sound like a Texas fan.
Back in the day, I grew up a Razorback supporter and loved Razorback football. But over the years, I lived in Texas for 15 years, worked in the oil field. And once you live in Texas and you watch that, you understand the culture and how great sports are in Texas. Okay. Texas doesn't have a losing, they don't believe in losing. Although they've had some really crappy coaches, one being from Arkansas, they made Texas a horrible football team at one point. They won't be again. But anyways, so yeah, that was 20 years ago because I used to call and give Marty Houston lots of fun, just like I do everybody else.
Can you imagine a show with Marty and Ty together on it, Jeff? Brian? I'm not sure what to call you now.
I go by Brian. I went by Jeff because that's what my grandparents called me. So, and then I changed.
What did they say? What did they say when you were in real trouble? When you got both names thrown at you?
They just called me Jeff.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, I couldn't imagine Ty and Marty together. That'd be, I don't know if that'd be a good show or not.
That'd be confusion.
I don't know if there would be a good show.
All right, Brian. Thanks for the call. So we've quickly gotten to the bottom of what we didn't think was much of a mystery. That was indeed Brian and Ozark calling in as Jeff 20 years ago on a different show.
BJ is fitting for Brian initials because this guy sucks. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Hog Wild says, what an absolute job.
He is a disgrace to the name Jeff.
Zach, I feel like we have to call him BJ now. I don't know how you know. Oh, my gosh. Jeff says he's a disgrace to the name. And Jeff's an Oklahoma fan. Jamie May says, Jeff, Brian, good ball, fake.
Yeah.
What a text. What a text from you, Gavin. What was radio like in 2005 and 6?
Wasn't daily. It's just becoming, hang on, let me back up. and we're going to talk to Marty. Marty Houston's retiring if you're just jumping in after a 45-year career in the business, but it's been 20 years since he had a daily show. And it was the first of the daily shows. There weren't very many daily shows. Chuck came along in the late 90s in Northwest Arkansas, went statewide in the early 2000s. There weren't radio stations like ESPN Arkansas that were around the state doing FM sports talk on the radio dial. Now we have 5 of these bad boys broadcasting loud and proud across our state. And in Northwest Arkansas, make the move to 93.7 FM on your radio dial.
Well done.
This wasn't done.
I've done that in my vehicle and the station vehicle, by the way.
So this was not a normal format that you would find up and down the radio dial. So to have and it certainly wasn't a noontime television show.
Mm-hmm.
So this was one of the very first of the daily shows, and it was a 1-hour show, which we don't have any 1-hour shows now in the format that we run.
Let me add on to that. From an entertainment standpoint, was there any more entertaining time to do sports radio from like 05 to 06 to 7-ish with everything going on behind the scenes with the nut stuff? And
well, we just started the morning rush. Didn't you say it was 20 years this month?
20 years, July 24th.
Yeah. So
24th.
No, it was a great time with Darren McFadden and Houston Nutt and the Springdale 5 and all the drama that went with that. Yeah, it was an awesome time to usher in the format really on a full-time basis. So, all right, that's where we're up and running at this morning. Looking forward to catching up with my old buddy Marty Houston here in less than an hour or so here on the Morning Rush. Hey, be sure and text or call us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Call us now on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
Hog update coming up. Razorback takeover was July the 4th. We'll get into some of what they had on the television. Also, Darius Jacob with his debut. A former Razorback legend passed away over the weekend. And then Mike Anderson got paid his not buyout. He got paid after a wrongful termination. We'll get all that on the Morning Rush next.
On your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Kozel thinking it's caught, tags up and scores, and that's it. This game's over. The Hogs win it by a final of 12-2.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
It's peak grilling season, and nothing hits the flame quite like beef. From hearty steaks to crowd-pleasing burgers, the rich flavor and perfect sizzle make every cookout worth gathering for. So fire up the grill, bring on the heat, and serve the taste that defines summer. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers. Courtesy of Beef, it's what'sfordinner.com.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, are you dreading a lengthy, expensive bathroom remodel? With Bath Makeover of Arkansas, you can have your dream bathroom in as little as one day. American-made baths, walk-in showers, and walk-in bathtubs. Revolutionary laser-etched shower walls that will never chip, crack, peel, discolor, or fade. Plus, with Bath Makeover's Price Lock Guarantee, schedule your free design consultation now, and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is also proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower. With 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call Bath Makeover at 1-800-NEW-BATH for a bonus $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Into the front court, Zero with a flush.
This is the Morning Rush.
When I'm in the mood for something sweet and hot, do I wait hoping my husband walks in dressed in tight tennis shorts and a dozen roses? No. I hit Hardee's for the new made-from-scratch hot honey biscuit. That crispy chicken, that hot honey, and that sweet prize. Just $3.99 for a limited time. Or that hand-breaded hot honey chicken sandwich with crispy bacon and melted Swiss on a brioche bun. Hardee's new hot honey menu. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
Do you have
Sleep apnea. Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning. Is your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore? Dr. Bo Sparkman at Valley Family Dental Practice, Fort Smith, can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 226-3500. Get rid of your CPAP with Valley Family Dental at Riley Farm in Fort Smith and Roland, Oklahoma.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
I'm Tim Shepard. I'm running for Washington County Judge. People come to Washington County for a reason, to raise a family, build a future, and enjoy the beauty of a place we call home. No matter how long you've lived here, we all want the same things: safe communities, responsible growth, and leaders who get things done. I'm Tim Shepard, and I'll work every day to keep Washington County the best place to live, work, raise a family, and call home. I'd appreciate your vote November 3rd.
Paid for by the committee to elect Tim Shepard, Washington County Judge.
I'm Wendy Howerton, and I'm running for circuit judge here in Washington-Madison County. I've been practicing here for 20 years, representing people just like you, and everyday matters.
It's going to be justice for all. Everyone there is going to have a voice, and all those people who don't have a voice, they're going to have one in my courts. And I'm going to apply the law evenly, impartially, like it should be.
I'm here to protect all your constitutional rights, because they've never been more important than they are now.
Paid for by the Howerton campaign.
I'm Tim Shepard. I'm running for Washington County Judge. People come to Washington County for a reason, to raise a family, build a future, and enjoy the beauty of a place we call home. No matter how long you've lived here, we all want the same things: safe communities, responsible growth, and leaders who get things done. I'm Tim Shepard, and I'll work every day to keep Washington County the best place to live, work, raise a family, and call home. I'd appreciate your vote November 3rd.
Paid for by the committee to elect Tim Shepard, Washington County Judge.
I'm Wendy Howerton, and I'm running for circuit judge here in Washington-Madison County. I've been practicing here for 20 years, representing people just like you, and everyday matters.
It's going to be justice for all. Everyone there is going to have a voice, and all those people who don't have a voice, they're going to have one in my courts. And I'm going to apply the law evenly, impartially, like it should be.
I'm here to protect all your constitutional rights, because they've never been more important than they are now.
Paid for by the Howerton campaign.
And I help people like you that own businesses connect them with our avid and loyal sports listeners through the power of radio with sharing your words, plus offering digital solutions. Whether you need more customers or more traffic on your website, I am your girl. So email me at rita.newton@hitthatline.com or call me at 479-353-1242. One email or one call away to working on a business plan to help you grow your business.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Darren McFadden goes 73 yards. And Allen has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs, please.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
A-R-K-N-S-A-S.
This is your hog update on the morning run.
Acuff has had the ability to get off the ball a little bit. There's the pull-up, and there's his first NBA field goal.
Darius Acuff made his debut in the California Classic for the Kings, finished with 25 points, 4 assists. Didn't have the best shooting day of 9 of 28. Wayne only 1 three-pointer of the 9 attempted, but over 20 points, first outing for the Sacramento Kings. And anytime that he did something, I know they're excited, as they were when he got introduced and drafted, and hopefully it's a sign for things to come for Darius at the next level.
Well, when was the last time he played an organized game other than a pickup game? I guess it would have to have been in the NCAA tournament, right?
They got trounced by Arizona in the
right. So
16.
I mean, and that it was true probably for about everyone out on that court, but the idea that he's going to go out and score 35 points in a deal like that, if that was your thinking, then you were probably off to begin with. So, it is what it is, and I look forward to watching, him in the summer league, and that's become a highly attended, highly interesting deal this month. Is the summer leagues at Orlando and Vegas? Is there a third place
in California?
That is because but this isn't part of the summer league, is it? This was just kind of a one-off.
I'd be lying if I told you.
I hate to ask a question we didn't talk about before the show, but people flock to Vegas to watch those games. Well, they come to Orlando to watch those games.
Well, I've actually had a friend's dad that has attended, and what's so interesting, and this was back when Larry Bird was an executive, you've got all this interaction that you don't get in an NBA game or preseason or anything like that. It's very, like, I don't know if conversational is the right word, but like you're close. You can talk with the different former players and the GMs that are there. So it's something if you're already going to Vegas for something and you see you can get a ticket, there's also plenty of Razorbacks participating. So nothing wrong with that. Darius also on display during the Razorback takeover on 4th of July.
9 seconds, 8 seconds. Acuff going to go to work on Tanner. 3 for the top of the key is good.
That was the primetime selection for Arkansas's takeover. 6:30 to 8:30, they did the SEC championship game where Arkansas defeated Vanderbilt, won their second ever tournament championship in basketball. They had other different sports that were involved. No football games outside of what they had with Ryan Silverfield and the new era with him. But that was probably the most. They didn't have the High Point game because it's, I guess, CBS rights and the NCAA tournament and all that. But that was probably the most exciting game outside the High Point was the SEC championship this past year.
You wish you had some football games to put in there, though, don't you?
Yeah.
You wish you had something that would even – I mean, what would even come up for consideration off a 2 and 10 year? Well, if you're going to beat your chest over – I mean, that one needs to be like the midnight to 3 a.m. showing, right?
Yes.
You can't beat your chest over beating a Sun Belt team. So that's the sad thing is we had to put track meets, baseball games, softball game, no football. When you're sitting down as a staff, even having that conversation, I don't even know where you'd begin.
Well, I think about where Arkansas football is 61 days out from the initial game, about 2 months. We got SEC media days, not next week, but the following week. So there's going to be, I guess, some steam pickup, and hopefully when we're talking July 6th of 2027, we can talk about at least a few big-time football games that Coach Silverfield won this upcoming season. Speaking of Arkansas football, did get the sad news. You know him as Mr. Burnett. Former Razorback Bill Burnett passed away at the age of 78 on 4th of July. Really good piece by Tom Murphy and Whole Hog Sports, which we can talk about with him. Tom's back with us tomorrow.
Me and Bill Burnett's son Brian went to junior high together. We're on a junior high basketball team together in 7th grade, and I just knew him as Mr. Burnett, in 1980-something. And my dad, hey, that guy there, you see that guy there? That man right there was 20 years ago was a bad dude.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great running back. And if you met Bill Burnett in person, you'd have never guessed he was one of the best running backs in college football.
I think he was like 6. I think in Tom's article he listed him as like 6'180". Does that sound like a running back?
You're probably bigger than he is.
That was a bigger dude at that time.
Well, you're 5'10", but he other than that
5'11".
part, you're thicker than he was when I remember him from, a young teenage kid. So super nice man, highly involved with FCA. He's with his Lord and Savior this morning, and I can't help but think that the beating he took in playing football and all the collisions you had when all they would do is just snap an ammonia tablet and put underneath your nose and say, get back out there. That probably, from what I understand, didn't make the end very smooth. But super nice man, strong in his faith and strong in his beliefs as well. All right, that is our Hog Update this morning. It's brought to you by WT Equipment. I know this. If you're fighting the yard right now, and it has been growing with the rain we've had, now the heat we've had, and you're tired of that old mower every weekend, it might be the perfect time to upgrade. Our friends at WT Equipment, We're offering great deals on Hustler zero-turn mowers, 0% financing for up to 48 months right now on select Hustler mowers. Also, commercial-grade mowers with legendary durability and warranties that range from 3 to 5 years are available right now if you're investing in some new work equipment. So whether you're maintaining a few acres or you just want to make the yard look better and get the work done faster and easier, WT Equipment has the right Hustler for you. Stop by WT Equipment, Springdale, Rogers, Berryville, or Searcy, and learn more at WTEquip.com.
Crazy incident with a flight leaving from Atlanta and entering Chicago, hit by a firework. Pretty wild in Midway. We'll talk about coming up. Morning Rush Daily Question to get to as well. We mentioned this last segment. Marty Houston's going to join us also at 10 a.m. Announced his retirement this last week. 45 years in sports media in Arkansas. So excited to chat with him as well. We keep it going here after the 4th of July. United States back in action tonight, 7 o'clock on Fox. The Morning Rush continues next.
Don't leave the bench. Find our live video stream on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and Twitch.
You don't leave the bench.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
It's peak grilling season, and nothing hits the flame quite like beef. From hearty steaks to crowd-pleasing burgers, the rich flavor and perfect sizzle make every cookout worth gathering for. So fire up the grill, bring on the heat, and serve the taste that defines summer. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers. Courtesy of Beef, it's what'sfordinner.com.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, are you dreading a lengthy, expensive bathroom remodel? With Bath Makeover of Arkansas, you can have your dream bathroom in as little as one day. American baths, walk-in showers, and walk-in bathtubs. Revolutionary laser-etched shower walls that will never chip, crack, peel, discolor, or fade. Plus, with Bath Makeover's Price Lock Guarantee, schedule your free design consultation now, and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is also proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower. With 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase, and call Bath Makeover at 1-800-NEW-BATH for a bonus $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
I seen he was coming at me head up, and I was like, I got to make him pay. And I just tried to run through him.
This is The Morning Rush.
What could you do with $10,000? Well, now's as good a time as any to find out. It's time for our very first Wrath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway, brought to you by Wrath Auto Resources. Just visit us at 4515 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith and enter to win $10,000. While you're here, check out any one of our great road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by comprehensive warranty. It's the Wrath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway, brought to you by Wrath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, WrathAutoFortSmith.com. No purchase necessary. See dealer for complete rules.
It's impossible not to feel luxurious with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes. With your choice between the iconic $5 box, decadent $7 box, and opulent $9 box, featuring the Fajita Street chalupas with boldly seasoned peppers and onions, all that Lutz might go to your head. But even though it makes you feel like a high roller, let's wait on that yacht down payment. Get your $5, $7, or $9 Lutz box today, only at Taco Bell. Limited time participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Hey, Fort Smith, have you seen the all-new Bass Pro Shop outpost on Bass Pro Drive off Rogers Avenue? Step inside and check out the Pradco store within a store, where you can create something truly one of a kind. Pick from iconic lure shapes like the Booyah One Knocker or the Bandit 100, to name only a few. And have it custom autographed just the way you want it. It's fun, it's personal, and it's only at the brand new Bass Pro outpost. Swing by today and make your own custom lure.
Hi, this is Grant Holman, owner of 479 Equipment Company off I-49 exit 65 in Fayetteville. We're the Northwest Arkansas bad boy mowers that are built right here in Arkansas. We're not just here to sell you a machine, we're building our reputation here 1 acre at a time. Find the toughest new bad boy mowers on the market and a service department that actually answers the phone. Big jobs or small plots, don't settle for good enough. Get the service you deserve and the mower you can trust. 479 Equipment and bad boy mowers off I-49 exit 65 in Fayetteville.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Is your business getting found online or getting lost in the crowd? Hi, I'm Christy Bedeau with ESPN Arkansas, and I'm here to help you get your products and services found in today's digital world. Not only do we offer connections to the loyal Razorback fan base, but we can help you build, maintain, and grow your online presence. From world-class websites to streaming video commercials, we create the campaign that allows you to be found online and on air. I can help you create a marketing strategy built around your goals that works. Call me, Christy Bedeau, at 208-3012 for a free needs analysis, and let's create a marketing plan that gets you found.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
And this is the 18-time champion of the world with 66 Nathan's Famous hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. Joey Chestnut!
66 hot dogs. 10 minutes. If I gave you all the time you needed, how long would it take you to eat 66 hot dogs? That is the Morning Rush daily question.
I think a week. Maybe like 5 days. My buddies had to do that. My buddy had to do this when he lost our fantasy football league. He ate 72 in 7 days.
That was the record?
Mm-hmm.
Is that still the record?
I believe so. I want to say that.
So you think you could do it in a week?
Yeah, 66. I mean, you gotta do it different ways. You cut them up and put them in various pastas. You eat them.
No, you got to eat the bun. You got to do the bun, the whole deal.
Bun.
Yeah, a week.
Do I get a condiment or is it just?
You can have mustard on
it.
it.
All right.
I worry about anyone that eats ketchup on a hot dog solely by itself.
Won $10,000 again. It's crazy.
God,
He
that's
beat
not
that.
worth it.
What's wild about this is he won that contest by 15 dogs. The next
it's not even
closest
close.
person
Yeah.
was 15. 92 degrees in Coney Island that day. Cliff says it would take him 2 years. Andy says watching that contest makes him physically ill. Texting in here on the Loose Automotive Group hotline.
I think I could start out like day one and get 10 done, and then it would just be a steady decline. I think I would struggle over about 10 days to get them, because you'd be so sick of hot dogs by then. But, I mean, if you put 3 down, I think I could get 3 and then come back for lunch, eat 3 more. I think the first day it wouldn't be a problem. Maybe day 2. By about day 5, we're like,
no,
another damn hot dog.
You gotta wake up. You gotta wake up at 5 a.m. I mean, glizzy on the bun, ready to go, 12 hours straight, 5 days straight. Then that's 60. Then you had the last day. A week is I think that's a good time frame to say that if you had to get it done, you could do it, but no shorter than that.
Could you do it in 3 days if you had to?
No.
If there was $10,000 on the line, like Joey,
that's not enough.
You wouldn't eat.
That's 20.
You wouldn't eat 66 hot dogs in 3 days
for $10,000.
For $10,000.
If it took
So
3
what is that?
days for 10 grand,
So
I don't know if that's
22.
enough.
What's 22 divided by? There's 3 meals a day, so you would have to eat for every sitting.
It'd be 7-ish,
Yeah.
7 1/3.
I don't know if I could do it in 3 days. And I've eaten 8 hot dogs and like 8 chili dogs in like 15 minutes.
You just have to eat, like, if you're up 18 hours a day, eat a hot dog an hour.
Tell you what, you attempted. and we'll
I'm
see
not,
if you can.
no, okay, you put up the 10 grand and I'll do it. You put up the 10 grand and I'll do it.
This is Nathan's rules, right? So I can't purge to make more room?
Nope.
You can't what?
Purge.
Like throw up?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
professional
Yeah.
term for professional eaters.
Well, I think the actual term is reversal of fortune, sir. But
That's what Preston just asked.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to purge after each session? I would not be surprised if everyone goes to throw up after that required minimum time. So is he not allowed to throw up after? Is there a
for
certain
10
period?
grand, see, I think the 10 grand changes the answer. For 10 grand, I think you could do it faster. For fun and leisure, I'd give me 10 days. And I like a good hot dog.
Do I get the water to make it all soggy and easier to digest?
That's the grossest thing ever.
That's
is
so-
soaking
it's
the bun.
disgusting.
Oh, that is so nasty. I mean, wet bread is like the worst ever, right?
Ugh. Making my stomach turn.
Oh.
Well, you can eat hot dogs at Cart Pass Social. It's BYOB. Crank up the AC. Actually, they've already done that. 68 degrees in Cart Path. That way you're not playing in 90-plus degrees outside. 1,000-plus different golf courses, world famous, you can play. They've got their summer league going on right now that actually starts today. It's BYOB, so whether it's the hot dogs, bring your own seltzer beer, you can do that at Cart Pass Social. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Give them a call at 479-487-3622. Christian Olson, Nick Airhead, saw Christian this weekend. 2 buddies that love golf, and they built an awesome facility. Number 1 place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. Again, 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Go to cartpasssocial.com. It is always BYOB at Cart Pass Social.
What about performance enhancers, Tommy?
What, like an antacid?
Well, something that may increase your
I
appetite.
think Colton was talking about getting high before you hate it.
Oh.
Ate it this week. I think that's what he was alluding to.
I just want to know what
just
the
makes me
rules
want to
are.
eat Doritos.
3 days, like, man, that's oof. A week.
But what if there was $10,000 in cash sitting here? I bet you could do it faster than 3 days.
Well, yeah.
For 10 grand.
I could probably do that. But then you're
Oh, you're going to feel terrible for a week.
It's
or 2.
You'll never have another hot dog after that. That'd be the last one.
Sean from Greenwood, football season is too close to be eating all those hot dogs, Tommy.
That's right.
You don't need to be ordering new ref pants this close to the season.
No.
Sean texted you.
But for 10 grand, that'd be like 4 seasons of refereeing, so I think I could get over it. I'm about that close to retirement. So
well, $10,000.
10 grand's 10 grand, Sean. So
evidently that's that could push you to the not the brink, but to get you over the hump. Mentioned crazy incident in Midway. Chicago's airport down south. You got O'Hare and Midway. Midway's the smaller one. I think it's the older one, if I remember that right.
So if I'm flying into, and I think, I'm not sure, ORD and MDW, if I'm staying near Soldier Field, which one do I want to fly into?
O'Hare.
O'Hare, okay.
Yes. Oh, you want to fly into O'Hare.
Because
Midway.
you can take the train, right? Which one can you take the L to downtown? I've never been. I'm asking because I don't know.
Jeez.
And I'm going a month from today. I go to Chicago.
I think it's O'Hare.
Okay.
I think that's right. But someone that's been there more recently or
All right.
goes more frequently, please correct me.
I may not have a choice coming out of XNA, which airport I fly into anyway.
Yeah. Well, this happened this past weekend with a crazy scene in with Delta Airlines.
Delta plane reporting it was hit by fireworks while landing in Chicago. Radio communication between the cabin crew and air traffic control captured the moments after the incident. The controller warning the pilot there had been multiple reports of fireworks being set off in close proximity to the runway.
We just had a firework hit our plane, Delta. Roger. We just heard the bang on the plane, so we'll have to take a look at it once we get to the gate.
Imagine being the pilots that were up there and just hearing this loud bang go off your plane. That'd be a scary situation for not just them, the passengers, and everything else. What?
I can't imagine something that I'm going to buy at a firework tent could bring the plane down. I mean, this isn't like a Cessna 150 here. This is a jetliner. Surely a bottle rocket or even some of the large.
I'm guessing this was a mortar. I could be wrong about that, but if it's going to go that high and make that impact, I'm guessing. I mean, it could have been a bottle rocket, like you're saying, but
I doubt it. They wouldn't even notice that.
I was and that's where my went. So I'm going to guess this was a mortar, and I don't know the degree of power. I don't even know how you grade that out. But I just think that would be a scary situation.
Well, if I'm a passenger on the plane, I probably never even notice it.
No.
But how does anyone get that close to a airport to shoot off fireworks?
That's kind of what in my head.
In today's world of uber heightened security on everything.
The FAA is peeling their fingernails off as we speak. Though, so I mean,
the Midway is. You were asking me about the Midway is like next to neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
O'Hare is closer to downtown. Bond says you should go O'Hare all day. When you're making that decision, I've flown into both, but
I don't think from XNA. I think it is only O'Hare.
Yeah, you think about the differences of the various airports that you've flown into. Some are close to neighborhoods and stuff, and you think about the flight trajectory. I mean, it's, especially with them, I think it said that like in the report I was reading, they were like 250 feet from the ground or 300 feet from the ground, so they were making their descent obviously pretty close to the landing.
Yeah, you're landing right in the middle of town.
Yeah,
so.
and that's probably just what happened.
Well,
Bond says a goose in the engine put a jet in the what does that say?
In the Potomac.
Potomac.
Yeah, but this isn't a.
I thought that was the Hudson River.
They made it Sully. Remember they made a whole movie about it.
Tom Hanks. I still haven't seen that movie.
It's a great movie.
But I just can't imagine a normal, even a larger fire. I mean, I can't imagine they're shooting off a commercial grade fireworks show near the airport.
I wouldn't think so, but kind of like what we were talking about.
I mean, yeah, you want to check the plane out. I get it, but I can't, it wasn't like it grounded the plane.
Not to bring physics into the conversation, but don't you have to take into the consideration the speed of which the plane is moving?
It's just dumb luck it hit it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional. I would think. I don't think there was people on the ground saying, "Hey, there's a plane. Let's see if we can time it up where our mortar explodes and hits it at the same."
Yeah.
If there's some guy living in the apartments that are next to an airport somewhere in Chicago and he's able to aim a firework at a moving aircraft, if I'm NASA, I'm calling that guy.
Hire that
tomorrow.
man.
Yeah,
hire that man.
It's genius.
The things, like you said, the direct flights are from XNA to O'Hare only. It seems like XNA continues to grow with different airports that you get to fly into and stuff. Last year was the first time ever that XNA surpassed Little Rock in flights, and the amount that go from point A to point B between both airports. I have flown more out of XNA in Tulsa than I've flown out of Fort Smith since I moved here almost 8 years.
No, I mean, can't afford to fly out of Fort Smith most days.
Yeah,
I've flown out of XNA more times than I've ever flown out of Fort Smith. I've lived here my whole life.
Didn't Fort Smith just fly to Dallas, though?
Yep.
Yeah, Delta left post COVID and hasn't been back, and I don't think they're coming back anytime soon, which is a bummer. So you don't know where you're flying? Are you said
I hadn't
you're
booked it
flying
yet.
Okay.
They say 3 weeks out's when you want to book your flight. That's the best deal. I've been watching it. Prices have come down. I'm glad I've waited because prices have come down as fuel has dropped.
Is it 3 weeks or 3 months? I thought it was 3 months.
3 weeks. 3 weeks is generally the cheapest time to book a flight.
I will keep that in mind. Did not know that.
Doesn't always work out.
You've been getting robbed booking months in advance.
Oh, months in advance. They know you want to go so bad.
Well, I thought it was the opposite. Where they've kind of got you by the you-know-what.
No.
3 weeks out, and you're going to have to pay regardless.
Well, I mean, a flight from like XNA to Chicago, there's multiple options. I can go to Tulsa. I mean, they're going to be competitive on that. I can fly from a lot of different places to Chicago. Never been to Chicago. Somehow I'm a 50-year-old man, never been to Chicago, so going in a month. Hey, Friday, we're back at Hardee's for the first time for the football trip of a lifetime. Looking forward to it. Morning Rush Live this Friday from 9 to 11, kicking off the football trip of a lifetime and a great trip to Las Vegas. See the Chiefs and the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. If you can eat a Monster Burger in 150 seconds or less, you can be one of our first qualifiers. So come by and see us. Viva Las Vegas, and your chance to spin the wheel, win great prizes. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come by and see us this Friday, Morning Rush, and also enjoy a sausage biscuit this Friday for just $1.49. It's all at Hardee's this Friday with the Morning Rush on ESPN Arkansas. and hitthatline.com.
All right, Morning Rush continues on next. Marty Houston's going to join us on the other side, celebrating his 45-year career in Arkansas sports media.
It's peak grilling season, and nothing hits the flame quite like beef. From hearty steaks to crowd-pleasing burgers, the rich flavor and perfect sizzle make every cookout worth gathering for. So fire up the grill, bring on the heat, and serve the taste that defines summer. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers. Courtesy of Beef, it's what'sfordinner.com.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, are you dreading a lengthy, expensive bathroom remodel? With Bath Makeover of Arkansas, you can have your dream bathroom in as little as one day. American-made baths, walk-in showers, and walk-in bathtubs. Revolutionary laser-etched shower walls that will never chip, crack, peel, discolor, or fade. Plus, with Bath Makeover's Price Lock Guarantee, schedule your free design consultation now, and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is also proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower. With 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase, and call Bath Makeover at 1-800-NEW-BATH for a bonus $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fifth Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
This is the Morning Rush.
Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Dozy Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
What could you do with $10,000? Well, now's as good a time as any to find out. It's time for our very first Wrath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway, brought to you by Wrath Auto Resources. Just visit us at 4515 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith and enter to win $10,000. While you're here, check out any one of our great road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by comprehensive warranty. It's the Wrath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway, brought to you by Wrath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, WrathAutoFortSmith.com. No purchase necessary. See dealer for complete rules.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This spring, you're organizing closets, decluttering drawers, and maybe even scrubbing places no one will ever look. But here's a thought. Why not declutter your internet, too? If your shows keep buffering, your games lag, or your video calls freeze, that's digital clutter, and you don't have to live with it. Switch to Wave Rural Connect Fiber for fast, reliable internet that keeps your home running clean and clear all season long. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for two for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Need more customers? I'm Lance Gregory with ESPN Arkansas. Let me help you grow your business with the power of radio and digital marketing working together. From radio advertising to targeted digital campaigns, I can help you reach the right audience, increase awareness, and drive results for your business. Let's build a marketing plan that fits your goals and gets new customers. Email me today at lance.gregory@hitthatline.com. Radio and digital sales combined, helping local businesses grow.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we should see ample sunshine. There's a very slight chance of a shower or storm across the south today. A high this afternoon, upper 80s to near 90. A chance of some showers and scattered thunderstorms tonight. An overnight low will drop down in the mid to upper 60s on Tuesday. An outside chance of a shower or storm or two. Or high on Tuesday, upper 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
This weather information is brought to you by The Solid Rock, your source for inspirational gifts, home decor, women's boutique items, personalized Bibles, and more.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light.
The number 20 United States Committee Cyril Fall.
Yeah, it's going to be a red card.
The final decision is red card.
Wow. Breaking news, Flo Balogun is back. I just landed in Seattle. The entire plane, the entire airport was talking about this, and FIFA and U.S. Soccer both confirming. FIFA confirming that they have used Article 27, which allows them to suspend the implementation of the suspension for up to a year. Balogun's on a probationary period. What I will say here is for this to come 24 hours before the game is unprecedented, never happened before. The suspension of implementation has happened before with Cristiano Ronaldo. This is amazing news for Flo Balogun and for U.S. men's national team. And quite frankly, it's the right outcome. It's the wrong process, of course. This should have happened straight away. There's never a red card in the game. If you played the game, you know this. These were two players coming together. The VAR used the wrong implementation to slow it down, looked at freeze frames. A card was not issued on the play initially by the referee. First time FIFA's ever had a VAR review for like that for serious foul play, but nothing had happened previously. So the right outcome, Flo Balogun is available tomorrow night for the United States against Belgium, round of 16. Huge game. Let's go, baby.
Live from the Bud Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is the Morning Rush.
So prior to tonight's game against Belgium, I keep doing that. United States best striker Flo Balogun will now be eligible to play in this game coming up at Fox on 7 o'clock.
This feels like a very SEC decision, like if it involved Alabama or Georgia.
That's funny.
That's what it feels like here. We've gotten the hometown treatment. We got a ruling in our favor. No one's talking about that. And I don't know anything about red cards and whether it should have been, but I watch all of these red cards and yellow cards and stuff that are going on, and I'm like, that might not even be a foul in the NBA Finals, and they're throwing people out. I just don't understand anymore.
The two things that were cited the most, Messi had a similar type of foul that was not given a red card earlier in this World Cup, and Cristiano Ronaldo was suspended in World Cup qualifying, and then that was kind of, quote-unquote, taken away, and he got to play, even not serving his full suspension. So while it's not...
Does this smell like home cooking?
I mean... I'll go back to something you always cite. Like when you slow things down, anything looks worse.
Makes
than
it
it
look
actually,
a million
and
times
that's
worse.
what it did. And then you heard Stuart Holden talk about that in that opening, the clip we just played. So I like at the time I was like, okay, that's a yellow card, and they gave him a red, and I was like, okay, well, doesn't look like that it's going to get rescinded. It ended up, I guess, technically in that category, but no, I didn't. Is it home cooking? I don't know.
I think they just got it right in
Who
the
cares?
end.
Who cares if it's home cooking?
Now you
This
don't
is
have any
America.
excuses.
We're here in America, and it's the way it should
All right,
be.
Americans plus 150 on the Bet Saracen app. Belgium plus 185. A draw is plus 240. The over-under's 2.5 goals. You can find that and all of the World Cup odds and lines and everything you want available now on the Bet Saracen app.
All right, we've been teasing this coming up in this hour. Marty Houston, 45-year career in Arkansas sports media, now joins us on the show. Marty, appreciate you making some time with us this morning. Wouldn't be Colton, where's, oh, there it is.
Yeah, here's one from Pete. What's the deal with Spurrier? Can he just not humble himself? Do you think that the Hogs might be able to do it for him?
There is not too many teams that come in with a true freshman quarterback and have a lot of great success.
Okay.
I don't care. I mean, even with the most highly rated quarterbacks that come in, they take their knocks, and you don't have a lot of success as a team starting a true freshman quarterback.
I think I've had every coach in the late 90s, early 2000s on the show that Arkansas had.
Just no Nolan.
Yeah. Nolan, I was scared of him. I was afraid. Yeah.
You were scared of Nolan, Marty?
Oh yeah.
Is that right? Well,
I'm not. I really. I mean, I was afraid to have him on the show.
Well, we appreciate you making some time for us this morning. Retired officially last week, 45 years, various capacities, station manager, sports director, co-host of The Huddle. Do you recognize that clip from 2005 from back in the day?
No. I don't. I mean, I had a reporter that dug up some footage, and I have no idea where she got it. I have no idea. You know, the show has been off for 20 years now,
right?
And they still talk about it from time to time. And you know, of course, this was. I mean, the internet was just kind of getting going, you know, and I didn't save a whole lot of the programs, so you know, for them to find it and you to find some of those clips, I'm a little bit amazed.
Yeah. Marty Houston, my old buddy
yes,
here.
Sir.
What's going on? You know, the Huddle was really one of the first daily, regularly scheduled shows. I mean, you know, Chuck had just started one. Randy had his show in Little Rock, but there wasn't a lot of daily shows, and there certainly weren't full-time sports stations like we've got now. I mean, the noon huddle and having that on television was really a one of a kind, because you had weekly shows, but Marty, you were the first of a kind that had a daily talk show for people to gather. And you know, I know lunch spots that would put it on and market the fact that, hey, come here, eat lunch and watch Marty and Ernie.
It was crazy because that was if I'm proud of anything, the most of it is that it was kind of a pioneering show. Our radio station, we had a Fox television station, and the two kind of commingled. We had started this on the radio, which was 1580 AM at the time, and was the very first all sports talk format in the state of Arkansas. When we were looking for a format for the radio station, it was hard to look and see who was having success, and because there wasn't any in Arkansas. And I had looked at WFAN in New York, which was like 7th or 8th in the ratings in the top radio market in the country, but it was number 1 in revenue. And it was interesting to see why it was number 1. They had Don Imus in the morning, a popular morning show. I wouldn't even call that a sports show. And they had all of the play-by-play rights for the New York Giants, New York Knicks, New York Yankees. And that's where they made their monies. And banks and car dealers, I mean, they would all, you know, so I'm like, this may be worth a try, you know, because we were talking about an AM format, what would work, what wouldn't work. And the show actually started just as a fill-in because ESPN at that time was only doing 3 days a week with their format. And they had the Fabulous Sports Babe was the only full-time show that they had that was Monday through Friday. Everything else was all regulated to Friday evenings, Saturday, and Sunday. And so we had to find programming. That's when I called Chuck, and I said, hey, you know, Chuck at that time was doing a Tuesday through Friday show. You had Rick Schaefer and Grant Hall doing a Monday show. And you had Randy Rainwater, and that was about all there was. And then there was a little network down in Dallas that provided some shows. We picked it up, and we did it mostly just to fill in the gap. Then we had a lot of Jerry Springer-like television shows that were starting to fail at the same time. And we've probably been going about 5 months with the show when we were running into these Jerry Springer-like daytime talk shows getting canceled. And we were scrambling for some programming on the television side. I was actually kind of doing programming for both the radio and for the television at the time. And I said, what if we just stuck cameras in the radio room and did a sports show. I said, I get it. You don't have the audience there, but maybe during the noon hour, we could get some guys home for lunch. It can't do any worse than what we're doing right now with what was going on the TV. And the boss was very apprehensive, very skeptical about trying it. I really didn't know, but I said, we're talking Razorbacks, and I said that'll probably work. And I like sports talk. I actually would listen to a lot of AM stations at night just to hear some of the sports talk shows out of WBAP in Dallas and KMOX in St. Louis. And so we gave it a whirl, and we were into the second year that Fox had the NFL in 1995, and the rest was history. The sales team loved it, and they started packaging some of their NFL with it, and they liked it. And what amazed me was the next company that bought the station liked it too and kept it going. So for 11 years.
Yeah. So was it 2000? When was the last year the show was on? Was it 05 or 6?
2006 when I started with Nexstar. Yeah.
2006. And that was also during the run because, anyone that knew you then or knows you now, you're a huge Cowboys fan. And so you had a perfect convergence for all the things you loved, which was the Razorbacks, and then the Cowboys were really good too. They'd made that great run through the 90s.
Yeah, and it certainly gave us a little to talk about, but everybody wanted to talk to Razorbacks. Not everybody wanted to talk to Cowboys, but I would embrace those people whenever they came in.
So when you listen to the way the industry's evolved and our stations here at ESPN Arkansas and the format and the way we do it now with, I remember sports talk on the FM, it'll never work. It will never work. And now it's flourishing. We've got 5 stations that are doing. When you listen to the way it's done now, what do you think?
Well, again, what you guys are doing, a lot of the things that we were talking about then in '95. It was talking about the Razorbacks. We were a year off of the basketball team winning the national championship. Danny Ford was often going. It just amazed me that the people were just clamoring to talk about it, and there was not a lot of outlets for it. And so what you're doing now is basically the same thing. They want to talk about it, and they want to talk about what's going on. They want to give their opinion about what's going on. And so, I think that it's all evolved into the same thing, but it is still kind of the same thing too.
Yeah, I mean, your show was kind of the seed for a lot of these things. And Ty was pointing out, I'd forgotten, we started the Morning Rush over here 20 years ago this month. That's hard for me to believe that I've been here 22 years and we started that show 20 years ago. But, it was all kind of born out of what you and Chuck and a few others had done, because the thing I get pushed back on now more than ever, Marty, is, well, how many shows is too many shows? How many local shows can you make work? That's too much Razorbacks. But you know what? Everything we've done has found its way to be successful with listeners and with advertisers. And it's the appetite. It's what the appetite of the listener is.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And again, the advertisers like it. It's safe for them. I think the closest I ever got to being political was 20 years ago. As I was getting out, we were into the whole Gus Malzahn, Houston Nutt thing that was going on, but other than that, it's been a safe thing. Again, the thing that jumped out at me that I was actually able to convince the bosses of is that, hey, this thing will make money. This will make money in the number one radio market in the country. It was the top revenue producer, even though it was like 7th or 8th in the ratings.
What was that like, covering that, either behind the scenes or what you saw publicly in that 2006 football season, Marty?
Well, I was just getting out of it. I kind of felt like I was out by June of 2006, and we were heading into that season. I felt like that they had a really good team coming on. I liked what I saw out of Derry McFadden and Felix Jones And I knew that they had this good class from Springdale High School that included Mitch Mustaine that was in there. And it felt like that they were putting things together. I mean, Houston Nutt had just came out of a couple of 4-7 seasons where he had asked for some grace and was given some grace in recruiting and turning down the Nebraska job. And so they gave him a couple of years. You know, I don't think that a lot of coaches would have been given a grace for a couple of 4-7 seasons, or I think 4-7, 5-6, I think maybe what it was. And but they were just coming out. I felt like they had a good team. I did not know how strongly, even as they went on that 10-game, I've never seen anything like it, where you on a 10-game winning streak, you're in one of the top 5 teams in the country, and they're wanting to fire the coach. There's people that's screaming loudly to fire the coach. You know, that's just how it was. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, that was they lose the last 3 games. LSU, Florida, and Wisconsin. It was just a weird year. I listened to you and Trey talk about this last week. Seems like the LSU trip in 2007, Baton Rouge, #1 team, triple overtime. Seems like that's high up there on the list, if not the #1 game you've got to experience covering the Hogs over the years.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. I mean, there was different ones, but the 2007 game, they were #1. LSU was, and we're sitting up in the press box the whole time, and the last 5 minutes, as you guys know, they let you come down to the field. And we came down there, and the game was tied. We were heading into that first overtime, and I'm sitting there talking to Tom Murphy, who was standing right next to me. I mean, right next to me. I could not hear a word he's saying. It was so loud there at LSU. It's still the loudest I've ever seen in a stadium. And I'm looking across the field at Casey Dick, and I'm like, I've got a new profound sense of respect for what he was doing to get the play. Because I'm like, if I can't hear Tom Murphy right next to me, how in the world is he getting the plays off? And I watch him convert a 4th down and 10 to Peyton Hillis. And I'm like, how they got to be going off signals or something. And then when they got the interception at the end of the 3rd overtime that sealed the win for the Hogs and ended up being Houston Nutt's last game, ended up being Darren McFadden's last game for the Hogs. He didn't play in the Cotton Bowl, I don't think. And then they went on to play, of course, in the Cotton Bowl, lost that, and then the change in coaches, but it was the end of that era and knocking off the #1 team in the country, and just again the atmosphere that it was like. And there was something else. It was a few years later that just some times down there at LSU where I saw Ryan Mallett on his knees at the 50-yard line throwing balls into the end zone, to the back of the end zone, which just went to his incredible arm strength. So, but yeah, that was probably one game that jumps out that I was at. Yeah.
Marty Houston, probably know the voice from the huddle from many years ago, ending a 45-year career in broadcasting. Marty, what are you going to do with your time now?
I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm not ruling anything out. I've thought about some media work, but I don't know. I don't know how much I want to work yet. That's the thing.
Your wife hadn't told you, huh?
No, she's got a list, and I haven't seen it yet. And I started out. I've got this concrete Razorback out here that's a yard ornament that I am painting today, and that's my very first retirement project. So. But other than that, I don't know. And I really thought I would have known by now. I started talking about a couple of things, looking at a couple of things. Nothing really materialized or came together the right way. And maybe for a good reason. Yeah. I don't know.
Get back into play-by-play.
Well, most of the schools, though, do this themselves anymore. I did a lot of high schools, and they don't really farm that out. It's internal just about anymore with a lot of these schools. So I don't rule out anything. If there is a situation that comes around, that's something that I might want to do, and that's, I guess, the good thing about retirement, that you can kind of look at it and decide what you want.
Yeah, doing nothing's not a bad deal sometimes.
She's not going to let me do that. My wife is not going to let me do nothing.
Well, our old friend Ernie Witt, I'll occasionally see him at Oaklawn. You could go down and work in the barns for Ernie now. He's one of the successful trainers at Oaklawn. Would that be a job Marty would be interested in?
I go down, usually once or twice a year, and I always look for the horses that he has, and I usually have a chance to see him. I'll go down to the paddock and holler at him, and I'll stand out there because I want to be out there in case his horse wins, that you get to get in that group picture,
Mm-hmm.
And I bet on his horse every single time. I bet I've done this for over 10 years, and I have yet to have one where it happens at the same time. He's had horses that have done well, but I haven't had one when I'm there. So I don't know if I'm a bad jinx for him or anything like that. But
yeah, maybe it's you.
Maybe. Yeah. He may say that.
Marty, I know you were wearing a USA polo last week. What are we thinking about tonight? Balogun's back. U.S. take it tonight against Belgium.
Well, you guys kind of touched on it there. I mean, it does. It reminds me of the targeting calls that you have in the SEC. Even after they review them and you look at them, you're like, really, was that targeting? Was he really targeting? And I was actually looking up to see how many targeting calls have ever been reversed, and they have been. And then it's gotten political. So now Belgium is raising Cain, and they are appealing to having this Florin Belgium play tonight. And it's become political. That's the other thing, how political it's become. I mean, we just had this thing about birthright citizenship ruled on by the Supreme Court last week. And you have this player, this Florian Belgium, who is a birthright citizen of the United States, even though he was raised in the UK. And now you've got the president who is coming back and saying, oh, well, this is great. I commend the FIFA for letting him play tonight, and now Belgium is mad about it. And so I feel like politics is becoming partisan in it, and it kind of adds to the drama of everything, and they are still, I guess, deciding on whether or not he's going to play tonight. There's a possibility that even though he's been ruled eligible, that he could be ruled ineligible this evening.
Yeah. Isn't it fun, though? We can talk sports, and unlike if we talk what's the old country song? Politics, religion, and her. Don't talk about those three things, but we can talk about sports, and we can disagree and still be friends. We talk about anything else, and we can yell and scream and talk sports, and we're still friends when it's over. Yeah, you get into politics, these other things, we may want to burn your house down or something.
Unless you talk about Houston Nutt and I mean that was where it was almost like there was some friendships that were torn up during that time. Again, weird era in Razorback history.
Right. Buddy, congratulations.
Yes, sir.
You did it, and you did it the right way. Great career. It was great to get to work with you on occasion. We had a few overlaps at some places here and there and did a few radio shows, but always enjoyed seeing you at games, and look forward to seeing you in whatever life brings you next.
Yes, I appreciate it, and who knows, there may be an opportunity there that I can embrace. So, yeah.
Marty Houston. So. Clarksville's own. All right, man. Have a great retirement. Get out there and get that painting done.
I'm about to. Yes, sir.
All right. Marty Houston, 45 years in the business, joining us here. Former host of The Huddle, which was really like I said, a great seed to a lot of what we're doing now. I mean, there were a few shows here and there, but there was never one like his that was on television and on radio, and one of the few first daily talk shows. It was a lot of fun. Brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. They've opened their hometown law firm and really focusing on giving you real advice at a reasonable price with custody, criminal, and car wrecks. So if you find yourself going through a high conflict divorce or a custody case, don't walk away alone. Do this with Jackie. Let her hold your hand and guide you through the process. If you're on the wrong side of the law, you've been arrested, and now the prosecutors need to be held accountable to your rights, let Jackie do that for you. Or if you've been in a car wreck and the insurance company is not wanting to treat you fairly with your vehicle and your injuries. Jackie used to work for big insurance companies as their defense attorney. She knows how to get them to pay a fair settlement. Call Jackie Mock, 479-769-1505. 769-1505, or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
Got our SEC update when we come back. Kind of talking about Alabama. It seemed like that they would get away with the targeting penalty. Not getting away with recruiting right now. Having a weird year in that. We'll tell you what is going on with Caleb DeBoer and company in Tuscaloosa. Former Florida head basketball coach Billy Donovan is going to San Antonio, and a few other things to get into as we continue on the Morning Rush.
Join Lewis Automotive as they celebrate America's 250th celebration with the Pick One event, where it's your choice of a $250 gas card, an Arctic cooler, or a 2-year maintenance plan with the purchase of any new or used vehicle.
It does my heart good when Texas football, Texas basketball, and Texas baseball suck.
This is the Morning Rush.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit, is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Kevin Hart here to tell you all about Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa. Hey guys, I kind of feel like you're chopping off my head a little bit. I'm the money. Don't forget that. It's spicy, balanced with a sweet and tangy citrus touch that makes everything taste even better. And the best part is it comes with, I kind of still feel like you ain't got all of me. The best part is it comes with anything on the Cantina menu. So you better try it before it's gone.
New jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with more main character energy than Kevin Hart.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor Eve from Woodland. Think about it.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl.
On air and through digital avenues. Become a partner at ESPN Arkansas. Email ty.richardson@hitthatline.com to start your campaign today.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight. We're about the tough there is.
Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
But this afternoon is a day for the Razorbacks to celebrate. Arkansas wins the tournament.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Trouble in Tuscaloosa? Man, I hope so. This was from Brad Powers, who does a lot of sports gambling and various things out in Vegas. For 19 straight years, Alabama has signed a top 5 24/7 sports composite class. This year, not going to be the case. For the 4 and 5 star, 92% of the blue chip recruits have already committed. Alabama will not even finish likely in the top 25 for this year. Does this feel kind of Cal post-Kentucky-esque?
That'd be a good comparison. This was the inevitable we were all waiting on when Saban left for it to fall apart. It hadn't exactly come apart at the seams, but when you change the processes and the way you go about things, these are the results you get.
No college football playoff in year one. They made it last year, defeated Oklahoma, and they got trounced by Indiana in year two. For Alabama fans, and I'm guessing Greg Byrne and the rest of the people in the athletics department, that's not good enough, even though Kalen DeBoer is having to do the impossible task and follow the greatest coach of all time. There are some that think there's going to be a drop-off for the Crimson Tide this year. It would be nice to actually play them now than when you had to play them when Saban was there. But that would be, tell you what would be nuts, if somehow, some way it spiraled out of control and Kiffin ended up going there after just 1 year in Baton Rouge. Because he's gunning for that job, whether you want to admit it or not. And
that's what we think. But I don't know that it's the better job. I think LSU is the better job. Alabama might feel more like home because of the years he spent there, and he's perceived as the one guy that can maybe turn it around. But, my God, how much would he owe LSU if he left now?
I don't know if he has a Jimbo buyout.
I don't know what – I mean, but that may not be a fair – I don't know. I haven't studied his contract. He got everything that he wanted in the negotiation, so his buyout may be more favorable than you think. I don't know that without looking it up.
Well, I always think to Jimbo's buyout, who did not owe a cent if he was to leave College Station now.
He may have gotten a deal. I can't imagine LSU would be that dumb, but they gave him a lot of other dumb things like Ole Miss's bowl bonus.
Yeah, the bowl bonus. They paid off his house, I believe. Like, there are weird little intricacies within that contract that you're thinking, they did what? Yeah. But they did whatever it took to get him to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They're hoping it pays off with the national championship, not just in years to come, but this year. San Antonio has added Billy Donovan as their lead assistant coach. I'm curious. I know there's some speculation that he's setting himself up to take the Kentucky job post Mark Pope. Don't know if anything's going to happen there. But this is a big get for Mitch Johnson and that organization, adding a guy that's won a couple college championships. They had decent success in the NBA. It's just hard to translate. That's why I'm really curious to see what that looks like for, Dusty May at the next level. Because it just does. Larry Brown's the only coach that has won a national championship in college basketball and then an NBA championship in the NBA.
The NBA doesn't care if you've won a national championship. In some ways, that's coincidence. It also means you're a winner. There's a very small list, like we've pointed out, that include a couple of Arkansans that have won Super Bowls and have won a national championship in college football. Jimmy Johnson amongst those. Barry Switzer with Arkansas ties. You know, Jimmy Johnson is a player, Jerry Jones, rather, is a player and a owner. But that's a small list. But I think they're coincidences more than anything. It shows you have a winning process. You have a winning mindset. It's that you surround yourself with great people. But I don't think you hire someone solely because they won a national championship at the college level.
Doesn't always work out.
And you could win multiple Super Bowls or NFL titles or whatever, and coming back the other way, it doesn't mean it's going to work out either.
Doesn't always translate like you think it would, but it's just a track record over the course of both leagues' history.
Yeah. All right, that's your SEC updates brought to you by the Razorback app. Get ready for game day, which is, what'd you say, 61 days away?
61 days, about 2 months, yeah.
Game day will be here soon. The brand new Arkansas Razorback mobile app is available on iPhones and Androids. Download your game tickets, follow your favorite teams on campus, and access exclusive content all in one place. Download for free in the App Store today. It's the Razorback Game Day app.
You got one game that you can pick to go to this fall at home. I know the LSU game's after Thanksgiving. You got Georgia coming in here, which is an 11 a.m. game. South Carolina, Tennessee. I just think that Tennessee game is going to be one that, like you've talked about, potentially getting that win in College Station, how important that could be. I think that Tennessee game has a chance to be a night game and the best atmosphere that they'll have this fall.
Perhaps. I mean, I think South Carolina might be your most winnable home game in league play.
Yeah.
Tennessee, you're right, could be a night game on October 10th. But, you look at games of note, no one's expecting, Georgia to be the kind of contest that would probably turn out a win that day. But I tell you what the Georgia game can be. It can be an indicator of how good this team possibly can be. If you can hang in there, kind of like Pittman did early in his tenure, you can come away with some positives even in a close loss. So if you can keep that game manageable and you can show that you can do some things against what's going to be perceived as the top, maybe the top, if not top 2 or 3 team in this league, there could be some hope coming out of the Georgia game, even though you might be 2-1 at that point.
Gunnar Stockton, one of the better quarterbacks in the league this upcoming season, having to deal with him.
Or you could be 1-2 even at that point and feel better about it, how you play Georgia, particularly with all the whining that Arkansas did earlier about the schedule and having to play at Utah, then coming back and play Georgia early, and all of these things. Coming out of that game, there's no moral victories, but if you don't get your brains beat in that day, you might feel better about it going into Tulsa and then the A&M game.
JT in Laurel, Mississippi, debating on coming up for the Tennessee game. He's been trying to pick one to come to Fayetteville for. If you're going to select one, I think Tommy's accurate. The most likely to win at home is South Carolina. I know that Missouri is on Halloween, and that could be a fun game depending on how things shake out. But history tells you we can't beat those guys for whatever reason. The Tennessee game, I think, is going to be the best atmosphere at home this season.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's several you have to choose from, but
I need to write I got my schedule printed. I need to go back and write the windows that they're in. I don't remember the Missouri game. We know that there's the 11 a.m. is for LSU as far as the home games.
Yes.
And then the 11 a.m. Georgia game, which we already know. So we know it's going to be an afternoon or evening game for Missouri. But I always think nighttime Halloween games when they occur. And it is Saturday, October 31st. I just think it makes the atmosphere just a notch crazier when it's Halloween.
When's the last time you've dressed up for Halloween?
Oh, well, with my kids, I actually put my officiating uniform on and just went door to door with them. But that's, 8-9 years ago.
Yeah, we had some dress up of sorts at the station. Did you guys do? I know you had a big family weekend, 4th of July. You might have done this, Colton, because you've got a newborn. Did you guys do the American flag T-shirts you get from Old Navy or
Nope.
Or J.C. Penney or whatever. Colton, did y'all take those?
We didn't do the Old Navy ones, but we did. There were some Mickey Mouse ones that we had. Yeah, they all had Mickey Mouse wearing an American flag. Yeah, we all had those matching ones over the holiday. It was fun.
That was something we did. My mom loved going to Old Navy and getting either the blue, the red, or the gray T-shirts, and we also used to sport those back in the day. There's several pics of my dad, my brother, her, and myself of wearing that back. That was a tradition.
We just struggled to have a big family photo. Now, my cousin Courtney, she does a great job of taking pictures and then turning it into a video, which is really awesome. And we got a video of the family reunion, but it was hard enough time just getting all of us in one frame together to take a family photo.
Cody just sent a picture of him and his wife and their family. He's got the American flag, looks like Chubby's on short-wise, and his shirt says, "Just here for the fireworks." He's got also American flag socks on, too, so it looks like Cody was decked out, texting in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline this morning. I guess the last family photo we all took was at my sister's wedding in California, and we were all, I guess, in suits and stuff, but we haven't taken like a 4th of July or we got a couple Thanksgiving photos, but we need another big big family photo that we can maybe do around Thanksgiving this year.
I think your family got together on Father's Day. They took one, but you weren't in it. So
Well, it was the day after I was there, but they didn't come down. I will say I'm trying to convince my parents to stay a couple extra days with the LSU game being on the Saturday. It's not the Friday after Thanksgiving, it's the Saturday. That was a tradition my brother, my dad, and I would go to. So much fun back when Little Rock was rocking. Obviously, it's been several years since that was the case. But it's going to be, I've said it so many times, it's going to be so nice having that game back. It's going to be a game of consequence for LSU. You're hoping, as you've stated many times, that your fringe bowl, you're 5-6. Hey, we got a chance to beat LSU to go to a bowl game. That's where you hope you are at the end of the year. And that's like, you've got them at 5-7 with the chance to go to a bowl game at that point. I've got them at 4-8. But if they're at that point 5-6, I think that could be an awesome end to the regular season, depending on how things shake out.
Well, and yeah, you win that to go to a bowl. But even if you upset a highly ranked LSU team, kind of like Petrino's first year, that and Marty Houston was talking about that LSU upset earlier. It's a launching board, even if it doesn't result in a trip to a low-level bowl game, which would be great because you get the practices, you get to bring your new class in early and all those things for meaningful work. But, man, think about the springboard that was into the next season. So, I mean, we'll see what there is to play for. You just hope you get to that point in the year and there's something worth showing up for and something worth playing for at that point. We're not expecting miracles. No one's expecting a 9-3 year. But, man, it'd be great to have something that was on the line that last 2 weeks when you play two of your most hated rivals in Texas and LSU back-to-back to close the year. They remember what you do in November. We've said it for years. You got a chance to do that with Auburn, South Carolina, Texas, and LSU to close. That's a great schedule to make people remember what you're about.
Maybe I missed the boat a year early. Remember last year I was dead set on the idea that Arkansas would beat Texas because it was sandwiched between the Georgia and A&M games for them. They go on the road to College Station to close out the year, and I think Georgia's also on the road the week before. Maybe it's LSU. Actually, I think it actually might be LSU. So Arkansas, once again, going to Austin, kind of a weird dynamic for Texas at the end of the year because they've got two meaningful games in between. Maybe you can get lucky and Texas won't show up that day or show up half-heartedly.
You just turn the ball over.
Which they didn't.
We've been talking about it. That's the thing you've got to do this year is turn your opponent over. And hopefully this year, Arkansas is so much better in turnover margins, it makes the difference in a game or two because it's made the difference the wrong direction the last few years. And this has gone far beyond just Sam Pittman. This has been a problem, going back to, I think about that Belk Bowl and the turnover at the pylon with Morgan. Stretching out and the ball comes loose, they rule it a touchback. If you score and you go up there, you probably win that game. And I think the fate of Bielema in that program, turnovers have been the killer for a decade. If Silverfield does nothing else this year, get the turnovers fixed, and I believe you'll have a win or two more than people think.
Hopefully that happens.
Because it's cost you a game or two every year.
Every year. Particularly the games against Missouri and Texas A&M, which
turnovers have killed you.
Are one-score games.
That's the number one problem to fix is the turnovers. I don't think you just wave a magic wand, but it's got to become part of the culture. If they fix that part of this program, you'll see immediate results in the bottom line, which is wins.
You're going to see Braylon walk into class, and he's got duct tape with the football, who, by the way, has lost, 20 pounds, Colton? How much has he slimmed down?
Yeah, he's down to about 228, slimmest he's ever been, but he's not lost any muscle and puts him on a lot faster now. So
that's a good
says
sign.
He feels more comfortable than he ever has.
Hopefully him and Sutton Smith have a pretty good combo this year in the backfield.
Well, I know the fireworks were awesome at Gaston's White River Resort. People enjoyed Bull Shoals in the lake, just above the dam, and really the whole weekend at Gaston's. If you haven't been to Gaston's in a while and you've heard us talk about it, now's still the time to book a summer getaway before the summer gets here. Also, October is one of the busier months of the year at Gaston's because of the beautiful weather, the very comfortable temperatures, and the changing of the leaves make it just a great time to visit the Ozarks. 870-431-5202 is their number. 431-5202 at Gaston's White River Resort. Make your reservations now. 870-431-5202, Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Hey, everybody, this is Joe Tessitore from ABC and ESPN, and you are listening to The Morning Rush.
How lit was that game for you guys?
This is the Morning Rush.
What could you do with $10,000? Well, now it's as good a time as any to find out.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Kevin Hart here to tell you all about Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa. Hey guys, I kind of feel like you're chopping off my head a little bit. I'm the money. Don't forget that. It's spicy, balanced with a sweet and tangy citrus touch that makes everything taste even better. And the best part is it comes with, I kind of still feel like you ain't got all of me. The best part is it comes with anything on the Cantina menu. So you better try it before it's gone.
New jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with more main character energy than Kevin Hart.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and it's just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with the free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available.
Join Lewis Automotive as they celebrate America's 250th celebration with the Pick One event, where it's your choice of a $250 gas card, an Arctic cooler, or a 2-year maintenance plan with the purchase of any new or used vehicle.
All right, just a few minutes left here as halftime coming up with Alyssa, Matt, and Colton, who's pulling double duty this week as everybody getting back in the flow. It feels like day one of July, Even though we know we just celebrated the 4th, but it's the 6th day. It's like, where's the month already going? But 2 weeks from today, Ty, Tampa, Florida, SEC Media Days, starting to get real. 61 days away, but Media Days is really the sounding alarm for football season is close.
Coach Silverfield's going to be in Tampa on Thursday, last day. Kiffin. Is it Beamer? And I can't remember. I know Kiffin's there with him. I can't remember who the other 2 coaches are. I think it's Beamer and someone else. But, yeah, football season really gets underway. And I think there's going to be a lot less people there in Tampa just because of the expense relative to going to, like, Birmingham, Atlanta, or Nashville, or Dallas.
Well, I haven't been a very good babysitter these last few years, so we're sending Alyssa to keep an eye on you this year. So hopefully you'll behave. So I'm too old. I just, I can't keep up. Can't keep up with all his – late night shenanigans. So all the late night karaoke.
Thursday, Ty, will be Silverfield, Kiffin, Levy, and Sarkeesian.
Levy and Sark. Okay, so big day to close it out. Speaking of different things that were happening at hotels, did you see the Mexican band? Let me rephrase. Some fans that had bands that were shooting fireworks outside of England's hotel on Saturday night.
We've got a band who have just started playing, I think, and there's flares as well.
Didn't help. England won last night 3-2. I was rooting for Mexico personally. You won't find me very often cheering for England. I guess technically they're both our rivals in soccer. But I was definitely cheering for the hometown team in Mexico, and people were like, well, I hope England gets out of Estadio Azteca alive, and they did, and now they're advancing to the quarterfinals in the World Cup.
Well, and that's a tough draw for England because they had to play Mexico in their home country. I mean, it was a home game for them. But I was watching, I guess it's about the 60th minute. They had a penalty kick during the games. I mean, not often, even in a routine game, you get to see those.
Had a red card. England was down a man for
They were down a man for a while. So I had that on. And then, of course, Americans in Belgium. What time is that again toay?
7 o'clock on Fox.
7 o'clock tonight. So appointment TV for me. And I just, like I said, 25 million people watched the last one.
Busted 30.
With Bosnia.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you'll have 30+ million tonight because it's coming off a holiday. People aren't as apt to do things, don't have weekend plans. I think you'll see over 30 million people at some point tonight watching this game.
Back, baby.
Yeah, the reason there's reasons that the college football and college basketball put their championship on Monday nights, and I think you'll see a similar surge. Like
Monday Night Football.
So you heard of this thing called Monday Night Football? So
it is Monday Night Football.
And listen, there's a reason why games on Sunday do well too, because people kind of winding down the weekends. Yep. But I think tonight it's appointment TV across the country. 8 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm with you. 7 o'clock Central is the perfect time for any TV event, and people on the West Coast they'll figure it out.
Be in bed by 9:30 if you choose to watch the whole game, and then maybe the festivities that occur after it. Again, the United States trying to do something that would be pretty special in their soccer heritage, 22 straight knockout stage games.
That's the good thing about soccer. You know that, hey, the game is going to run this many minutes. The referee's going to come up with some number for overage time. And then, I can block off 2.5 hours and I'm done. Mm-hmm. Football, it's 4+, which no one gripes that a football game's too long. Basketball is kind of the same way, 2.5 hours. It fits in a box and it doesn't dominate your whole day. So tonight, 7 o'clock, like you said, you can still be in bed watching the 10 o'clock news tonight, if that's what you want to do.
Well, hopefully they get it done. We're talking about the United States advancing and playing, Spain or Portugal on in the following game in the quarterfinals.
Like I said, knockout win, but they haven't had a round of 32 knockout round until this. So, it's a little bit of a misleading. You really need to win this one to really feel like the stat holds up.
A lot of upsets thus far. Norway defeated Brazil 2-1 yesterday, and hopefully United States. You said plus money, right? Right now,
both are plus, which is kind of odd looking at it. But one's plus 180, one's plus 150.
The Balogun news is huge just for the United States to advance, and hopefully they don't blow it tonight, getting their best striker back.
If you win tonight, when do you play again?
I do not know that. Okay. I'm guessing
Thursday or Friday. That's what I was going to think.
That's my guess. All right, that's going to do it for us here on a Hot Take Monday edition of the Morning Rut. Appreciate Colton pulling double duty. For Tommy Kraft, I'm Ty Richardson. Like Tommy said earlier, halftime coming up next. Alyssa Orange, Matt Jones, Colton, stick around, followed by Ruskin and Zach. We're doing the same thing tomorrow, Tuesday at 9 a.m. live all week here on the Morning Rush.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936.